Hey guys, so I know you guys really enjoyed these kind of storytime videos, especially the ones that involve me meeting different athletes or celebrities. And I know the one with Norman Reedus was kind of a bummer, but this one is less of a bummer. And it's going to be about Nicki Minaj, of course, as you see in the title. And where it started was a few years ago when I first decided that I was going to make drawing my career, Alabama art specifically. I was working on getting better at drawing and also getting into drawing with colored pencils because at the time I had not even tried colored pencils. So I did a few drawings in colored pencils, and this Nicki Minaj one that I had done was one of the first ever colored pencil drawings that I had done. And I don't have that one with me, but I have another one I can show you that is kind of in the same realm of difficulty or skill level that I was at that time back then, because this was probably about almost 4 years ago now. So but this one was really colorful, and she had like paint splatters in the background. So anyway, what happened was I did this drawing, and then one of my friends said to me, well, she's having a concert soon. And I drew her obviously because I was a fan of some of her music, and I really liked her colorful outfits and her colorful makeup. And at that point, I wasn't really making money off of prints yet. I hadn't yet made my first Alabama print. So this was like a kind of for fun. Let's see what happens. Maybe I can get noticed with my artwork. I was really still a lot more naive back then than I am now about celebrities and that kind of stuff. So I got the drawing ready, and I went to the concert. She was in Birmingham at the Boutwell. And so I had bought tickets to the show, and there was this guy. I don't really know what his exact official title was or anything, but he basically, I noticed, what seemed to be in charge mostly of like the kind of fan club, not fan club, but ushering the people backstage to meet Nicki after the show who paid to do the meet and greet. So once he and once some of the other security or whatever saw my drawing, they really liked it. And even though I was too late for the meet and greet part, they were going to allow me to go back there. So this was before the concert. We're standing in line. You know, I'm really excited to be able to show her my artwork. And sorry, I forgot one little bit. This same guy that was in charge of taking all of these people back to the meet and greet, he had taken it backstage and already shown her but I couldn't go back there. And he brought it back, and he said, Nicki really loved it, but she wants you to hang on to it until you can give it to her in person. So I was just pumped up. So okay, back to where I was. We're standing in line, and there's all these security like outside the curtain and inside this big gray curtain. And so I wait for a while. Everybody has like only a minute as their time limit to see Nicki behind the curtain. And so it literally gets right to me. I'm standing here at the opening of this curtain, and all of a sudden the security say, you can't come in. Like, me and whoever else was still left, we couldn't go in. They said that it was too late. It was time for the show. So Nicki did the show. I went and watched it, and it was a really good show, and of course really colorful and all of that. So they had told me to wait until after the show, and I could just go backstage along with the other people who missed out on their opportunity to see her. So I ended up doing that. I waited a while after the show, waited and waited and waited. It seemed like forever. And I ended up not even getting to see her there, and they apologized. And so we ended up, after that, going across the street to the Sheridan, where obviously she'd be staying. And the security let me in because they knew about my drawing and everything, and I was thinking like she was gonna come down to see it, and for me to be able to like actually give it to her. This isn't like the same situation with Norman where you know, it was a more of a business deal. This wasn't anything like that. And I totally would not recommend doing this kind of fangirling thing. I obviously wouldn't do that now because I learned my lesson after this. It's a lot of waiting around. And so we waited. I was in the lobby, right at the foot of the escalators. And finally, after her security were communicating back and forth on their phones or whatever, finally this blonde-headed lady came down and somebody else, and they said basically that was her makeup artist, and I can't remember who the other guy was. But At the time, I didn't know who she was, but now I know who she was. Her name's Joyce Bonelli, and she actually did the makeup for the cover of Nicki's album, Roman Reloaded. So the one with all the paint, which was, I had actually drawn that cover at the time. So, and she is also, if any of you, I know this is like kind of embarrassing of me to admit that I know this, but if you've ever watched the Kardashians and you've seen a blonde lady on there with like really big lips, bright red lips usually, that's Joyce. That's also Kim Kardashian's friend. So she seems to be friends with a lot of these people in Hollywood, and she does their makeup. So we're sitting there talking, and she actually makes the comment, "Oh, you drew the glitter that I put in Nicki's eyelashes." So I'm like, "Okay, cool. You know, that's really cool to know that I was talking to the lady that did the makeup for the album cover." So, oh, and also I was gonna say, if I can find this picture, I have my friend with me was behind me, and he took a picture of me standing there talking to Joyce. So if I can find it, it's really old. I'll try to link that in the description at the very top. So, we're standing there talking, and she's telling me about makeup. Oh, and another funny side story, she mentioned how she really liked my eyebrows, and she asked me how I do my eyebrows, which I was surprised because, you know, she's a Hollywood makeup artist. So that was really cool. And unfortunately, Nicki wasn't able to come down, so I ended up just, you know, at that point, I mean, it was a small drawing. It didn't take too much time like my drawings now take when you compare. I mean, this is teeny tiny. This is about the size the other one was. This is teeny tiny compared to the other drawings that I do now. They're huge. So, actually, I have one right here. So these are the colored pencil drawings I do now. I can't even really get it in the frame. So that just shows you how much bigger I'm drawing now. So that was pretty much it. I said, you know what? I did it just specifically to take it to this concert. So I handed it over to Joyce, and they went their way up the escalator, and that was that. And I kind of had hopes that maybe she would tweet it out at that point, but that never happened. But that's okay, because, you know, celebrities get all kinds of things, and, you know, this was a much more positive experience than, you know, the story that I told the other day about what happened there. So, but definitely, again, you can't expect everything to go perfect or how you have it going in your head, because they're celebrities. They have a lot coming at them, and that's, you know, you never know what's going to happen when you present someone like that with a gift or a drawing or anything, no matter how much time you put into it. So if you are someone who is thinking about doing something like that, just know that you can't just expect them to fall all over it and, you know, your wildest dreams come true. You just sort of have to, if you want your business to take off, you know, I would suggest doing prints and, you know, maybe go the easier route. Maybe Instagram it to them, tweet it out to them. I'd say that's a better and safer bet than doing what I did, which was slightly embarrassing, and it was a pretty hardcore fangirl moment. And again, I would not do that again. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little story time video, and I have plenty of these to tell. So I will try to bring another one of those to you, hopefully involving a positive experience with an Alabama player, because I have lots of positive experiences and stories with them. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.